The media, you guys have come out to help us get our message out about our concern with the number of structure fires that we have had in the Old Savannah, Sherman Street Road area. Since December the 7th, which is, in the past 80 days, we've had 5 structure fires in this area. Now, in those 5 structure fires, we've had no civilians, no injuries. All of the buildings were unoccupied. And each fire occurred at night. So these fires are occurring at night or very early in the morning. Each fire, there's 3 of the current fires that are currently still under investigation. We know that the fires are either, while they're under investigation, we're not sure that it's a warming fire for someone that may be homeless or how the fires may have started. We do know that the fires have started to these vacant homes, and none of these homes had power turned on to those homes at the time. One of our concerns, though, is in this area, some of the houses are so close that we want to do an educational piece to assist the citizens, because the homes are so close that when one house is on fire, we're instantly thinking of how we're going to protect the exposures. How can we protect the houses that are next to it? Some of the things that we have done is we have reached out to the Sheriff's Office and put this area on their watch list so that they will provide this area a little more, and so that if they see something that they can address it. We're also wanting to encourage our citizens that live in this area that if you see something or you see some folks in areas that you think may be strange, to go ahead and call law enforcement or call the fire department so that we can get someone in this area. Because we're truly concerned that the number of fires and the exposures to the homes next door to it, we want to assure that we do everything we can so that no one will lose their property and or lose their life. So some of the things that we're going to do to assist in that area, we have canvassed the neighborhood with some posters and some signs. In addition to that, we've got Home Depot has given us some smoke detectors so we can install in some of the residents' homes in this area. So within the next month or so, we will do a public safety event in this neighborhood so that the homeowners in this neighborhood, we'll do some home surveys. We'll assure that they have smoke detectors. If they don't have smoke detectors, we'll offer them to allow us to install smoke detectors in their home. For 80 days to have 5 structure fires within a block, it is a significant thing, and we thought it was important that we brought it to your attention because it does need to be addressed. Most blocks don't see fires in that short of a period of time, and so that's our plan to move forward with what's going on in this area. And at this time, any questions?
Have you been in contact with the property owners of these properties, or?
Not all of them. Of course, when the property caught on fire, of course, in our investigative period, we have tried to contact those owners, and some of the properties are scheduled still. I have talked with code enforcement, and some of these homes are on the list to be scheduled to be demolished very soon.
So that was my next question. What's going to happen to these properties? Because you can see it behind you, it's pretty much gone.
Right. And so it is still the responsibility of the homeowner, and code enforcement will be involved in that and dealing with the homeowner. Some of the homes, like you'll see behind me, there's a 2-story structure that is pretty much collapsed. The reason we really want to bring this to your attention is because the yellow home right next to that home is occupied. There's a family living there, and so there's about a couple of foot distance in between those homes. We don't want one structure, a vacant structure, to catch on fire and put others' life at risk. So we need to bring this to the citizens' attention. to assist us in either finding out how these are being, who's setting these fires, as well as part of the city's effort to go ahead and these demolished homes, get them taken down and removed.
During December till a couple of weeks ago, it's been cold and it's been rainy. So some believe that maybe they are staying in the houses trying to get warm. I actually saw somebody trying to stay warm in the trash cans last night. You said that you guys are going to have the sheriff's office, help you guys. Exactly would their role be now, since they're going to be on the lookout?
Their role will be, as they are already out patrolling, if they're patrolling through this area, looking if they see something that's out of place, people that seem to be around or in vacant homes, to see, to address that.
And I know you said the major concern is how close the homes are. One of the neighbors said that the fire over there, he could actually feel the fire from his house across the street. Does that concern you guys?
It does. The proximity of the homes. In the older neighborhoods, you have some homes that don't have 10 foot between the home and the property line. In newer homes, you will have at least 10 foot from the house is 10 foot from the property line on each side, giving you 20 foot between homes. In some of the older neighborhoods, that's not the case. And so in this neighborhood, it's an example of a lot of homes may be a lot closer proximity. So when one catches on fire, it is definitely a threat to the house next door. And that's why we're out. We're going to try to install some smoke detectors to assure people can get out of the house. We're going to ask the neighbors to look out for each other. If they see something, say something to someone. Call us, call law enforcement, just so that it can be addressed.
This may be a commissioner question, but just a few feet down that way, new houses. And over here, the houses are burning down. So does that kind of put a damper of what we're trying to do, trying to build up this area?
While we encourage the building up of the area, what we're specifically concerned about today is the safety of the residents that are in the homes. It seems to be vacant homes that are being entered by someone, and whether it is a fire to keep them warm or not, that's the safety concern that we're trying to look at now. Is we do think that a vacant home that is not secure, we'll be reaching out to code enforcement to make sure that they reach out to the homeowners and make sure that if they do have a unoccupied home in this area, that they make sure that that home is secure. And if not, if it's an abandoned, code enforcement has assured us that they have a list to include a couple of these homes here that should be demolished soon.
So you mentioned that you guys still don't have a cause of these fires. Do you have a time frame or a timetable on this? I know investigations can take.
Investigations can take a while. Like I said, these fires, the past 80 days, these series of fires started around December the 7th up until February 23rd or so. And in fact, one fire on Sherman Street, as the firefighters were leaving the house on Sherman Street, they turn around and the house right here on Twig Street is on fire. Before they could get back to their spaces, they just basically went from Sherman Street to Twig Street to address a fire at that location. And so at this point, we're not 100% sure if it's intentional fires or not. We're not saying that someone is setting fires, other than they may be setting fires to stay warm. We don't have any reason why we think that anyone is setting a fire other than that.
And what fire station responds to this area? Do you know?
Station 5 would be the first in station, but on a structure fire, you would get a combination of companies that would include Station 5, Station 2 on Walton Way, Station 3 on Reynolds Street, Station 1 or Station 4, 4 on Eve and Ellis, or 1 on East Boundary and Broad. And so you would get a combination of firehouses that will respond to a structure fire in this area.
Now, I know you said that all of them are still under investigation. Were there any sort of similarities in between all 5 of them? Maybe the time of the calls came in?
The only similarity we feel we could talk about at this point is they're all at night. They're all seem to be starting at late at night or very early in the morning, because they're still under investigation. If it's determined that if it was to turn into another, thought that it was something criminal, then we would then turn that over to the sheriff's department.
I guess the last thing I'm going to ask is, can you talk a little bit about the event? When, where, time, what it is?
It will be probably within the next month. We'll be doing a fire safety event here within the next month. It will be on a Saturday morning, and it will probably be somewhere between 10 and 2 or 11 and 3 in this area. And that way we will canvass the neighborhood and ask the neighbors, the citizens that live in this area, can we do a home survey? Can we install smoke detectors if you don't have a working smoke detector in your home? But we just felt it was important to bring this issue to the citizens' attention so that they can make decisions for themselves to keep themselves safe.
Is there anything else you want to add that we're failing to ask you?
You always ask me that.
It's a trap. You never give me the answer.
Truly, that we are concerned about the citizens' safety. We know this is an area that is being revitalized, but we are truly concerned about the citizens' safety in this area. The proximity of their homes. The homes are old. No one is, especially if you have a building that no one has been in for a while, where the roof is not stable and it's been drying out and just sitting there, and the weeds are growing up over it. Those fires get pretty hot, and their ability to spread to another home. The last time we were down here on Sherman Street to address a fire, we were really concerned about the neighbor's home. We had that, we're really concerned about asking the neighbor to leave the home so that they'll be safe until we can assure that we put that fire out at the house next door to them. So that is a very a great concern of ours. And some of the homes need to be demolished and taken off, and we'll be working with code enforcement and the commission and then seeing how that can be addressed.
Perfect.